Google just dropped Gemini Embedding 2, and this one is different. Released March 10th, 2026, this is Google's first natively multimodal embedding model. It maps text, images, video, audio, and documents into a single unified embedding space, not separate models for each modality, one model, one vector space, everything searchable against everything else. It is available right now in public preview through the Gemini API and Vertex AI. Let's break down why this matters. Before we get into the model, let's quickly cover why embeddings matter. An embedding is a way to represent data as a vector, a list of numbers that captures semantic meaning. Similar concepts end up close together in vector space. Different concepts end up far apart. This is the foundation of semantic search, recommendation systems, retrieval-augmented generation, and basically any AI system that needs to understand what content actually means rather than just matching keywords. The problem has always been that text embeddings live in one space, image embeddings live in another, and getting them to work together required complex multi-step pipelines. Gemini Embedding 2 solves this by putting everything into one unified space natively. Here's what the model can process. Text with an expansive context window of up to 8,192 input tokens. Images, up to 6 images per request, supporting PNG and JPEG formats. Video, up to 120 seconds of input in MP4 and MOV formats. Audio, natively ingested and embedded without needing intermediate text transcriptions. And documents, directly embed PDFs up to 6 pages long. But here's the key part. This is not just processing one modality at a time. The model natively understands interleaved input, so you can pass multiple modalities in a single request. Image plus text, audio plus document. The model captures the complex nuanced relationships between different media types in one pass. This is worth emphasizing. Google built this on the Gemini architecture itself. It is not a wrapper that converts everything to text first. It is not stitching together separate encoders. The model natively processes each modality the way Gemini understands it, then maps it into a shared vector space. That means when you embed an image of a sunset and the text "beautiful sunset over the ocean," they end up near each other in vector space because the model actually understands both, not because it described the image's text first. The model uses Matryoshka representation learning, a technique that nests information by dynamically scaling down dimensions. The default output is 3072 dimensions, but you can scale down to 1536 or 768. This lets developers balance performance against storage costs. Higher dimensions give you more accuracy, lower dimensions save space and compute. Google recommends using 3072, 1536, or 768 dimensions for highest quality. This flexibility is critical for production systems where you might be embedding millions or billions of items. Google is not just calling this an incremental upgrade. They say Gemini Embedding 2 establishes a new performance standard for multimodal depth. It introduces strong speech capabilities and outperforms leading models in text, image, and video tasks. It supports over 100 languages for semantic understanding, and it captures semantic intent, not just surface-level matching. For developers who have been building with text-only embedding models, this is a significant leap. You get the same quality text embeddings plus image, video, audio, and document understanding in one unified model. The real value here is in what you can build. Retrieval-augmented generation, where embeddings play a crucial role in context engineering. Semantic search across mixed media libraries. Sentiment analysis on multimodal content. Data clustering and classification. Large-scale data management. Think about a knowledge base that contains text documents, images, PDFs, audio recordings, and video clips. Before Gemini Embedding 2, you needed separate embedding pipelines for each type, and cross-modal search was a multi-step process. Now you embed everything into one space and search across all of it with a single query. Getting started is straightforward. The model is available through the Gemini API and Vertex AI right now in public preview. Google has published interactive Colab notebooks for both platforms, and the ecosystem support is already there. LangChain, LlamaIndex, Haystack, Weaviate, Qdrant, ChromaDB, and Vector Search all have integrations ready. If you are already using any of these frameworks, you can swap in Gemini Embedding 2 with minimal changes to your existing pipeline. Gemini Embedding 2 is a meaningful step forward for multimodal AI infrastructure. One model, one vector space, 5 modalities. If you are building anything that needs to understand and search across different types of content, this is worth evaluating. Links to the documentation and Colab notebooks are in the description. If you found this useful, subscribe to Prism Labs for more developer tools coverage.